Is Real Broker a split-based company or a transaction fee company? Let's dig into it and find out for ourselves. All right, guys, so the most common question that we get when somebody reaches out to us asking about Real Broker is, what are the commission splits? There's two types of real estate brokerages in the world. Real estate brokerages that you only pay a transaction fee when a deal closes, and companies where you pay a split when a deal closes. And we've been a part of both. The reality with Real Broker is it's a hybrid. So you're on a split with the company on every deal you close until you reach your cap. The split is 85-15. So let's just take a $10,000 deal. If a $10,000 deal closes, then you would receive $8,500 and the company would take $1,500 until you reach your cap. The standard cap at Real is $12,000. At $1,500 a pop, you would need to close approximately 8 transactions to get $12,000 paid to the cap. Well, what happens once you've paid your cap? So let's say you've closed your 8 transactions, you paid your $12,000 toward the cap, you're now a 100% agent. The only difference is, rather than paying a split on the $10,000 that comes in, you keep the $10,000, you just pay a $285 transaction fee. The easiest way to think of Real is 85-15 split to you, the agent, until you reach the cap. The cap is $12,000. Once you've paid that much money, could be 5 transactions, could be 10 transactions, then you move over into a transaction fee environment. Now, most real estate professionals like me end up charging our client a transaction fee on every deal we do. So if you think of it this way, if you do a $10,000 transaction plus a $500 transaction fee, then $8,500 quickly becomes $9,000 with still $1,500 being paid to the company. Or once you've reached your cap, the $285, if you collect $500, now you keep your $10,000 plus the overage of the transaction fee, which in this case would be about $215. Bonus material. All right, so I talked about how the basics of the cap works. Probably most of you as real estate agents already understand that. Let's talk about elite status, because that's where the actual victories come. If you paid your $12,000 to the cap and now you're paying your transaction fees, let's say you do a lot of business, 25, 30 transactions. Once you've done that many transactions and paid an additional $6,000 to the transaction fee. So follow me here. You paid $12,000 to the cap and you paid a $6,000 transaction fee. You're now $18,000 paid to the company. You become an elite agent with Real Broker, and now they're going to grant you $16,000 worth of stock. So if you're keeping notes on this, you paid $18,000, you received $16,000. So technically it cost you $2,000 to belong to the company. But wait, there's more. You get granted the stock at the value at the end of the month where you hit elite status. So let's say you join Real in January, you cap in April, you pay transaction fees, and by October 15th, you've paid $6,000 in transaction fees. Well, now, October 31st, whatever the stock is trading that month, they will grant you $16,000 worth of stock. So let me give you a real world example. My calendar date with the company is June. So June 1st is when I start, June 1st is when I reset. From 2022 to 2023, June to June, I paid probably a little bit more than $18,000 to the company, because once you hit elite status, you don't stop paying transaction fees, although the fee does decrease. I paid $18,000 to the company and became an elite agent in April or May of 2023. That elite agent stock was granted to me. I got $16,000 worth of stock. Trading price, I think, was $1.29 a share. So I was granted 12,500 shares of stock, which at the time, my $18,000 paid in got me $16,000 worth of stock. Well, today, let me just pull it up live for you, break the fourth wall on YouTube. Today, the stock is trading at $3.38. So if you do the math with me, 12,500 shares of stock times $3.38 equals $42,500. I paid $18,000 into the company, so let me subtract that out. So $42,500 minus $18,000. I'm $24,500 ahead of the game by belonging to Real than I would have been at a traditional real estate brokerage. To kind of go back to where we started, we are a split-based company until you cap, then we become a transaction fee company. But the real game is, if you or your team does enough business that you can hit elite status. If I look at what I paid over the last year to Real, $18,000, and now I own stock worth $42,500. 500, you would literally be insane to not belong to this company. So let's talk worst case scenario. Let's say the stock never goes up in value and I get $16,000 for paying $8,000. Good luck finding a company that's as amazing as Real Broker with all of the benefits of this company for less than $2,000 a year. Because if you hit elite status, your 18 paid turns into 16 received, i.e. cost you $2,000 to belong to the company. It's an absolute no-brainer. All right, do us a favor. If you found this video to be valuable, I would love to know what you want to know about Real Broker. Comment down below, shoot me a DM on Instagram at Joe Herrera. Just say, hey man, I enjoyed your video. How does this work about Real? And I would love to do my best to share with you my knowledge.